Hello learners, welcome to the next part of understanding roofs in Revit. So before we move ahead with the roof by extrusion, we will have a quick model cleanup. As you can see, all the walls are extended beyond our roof. So this is not the exact way to represent our model. So we just need to like quickly clean up the model. So to do that, you can have uh, means the attached top base available with us. So whenever you select the wall that's extending beyond the targeted element, so you can use the attached top base tool. Okay, you can do it in 3D as well as in the sectional view. Okay, so we'll check one example in 3D and few examples in section view as well. Okay, so I have this wall selected. So what I need to do is select the attach top tool and select the target. So my target is this roof. So I'll select the target, and as it's dealing with the top upper face of the or upper ends of the roof, so of the wall. So I'll just check this top, and no need to check the base here as we are dealing with the top. If we are dealing with this part of the wall, so in that case we would have selected the base. So as we are dealing with the upper side, we need to check the top and select the target, that is roof. So as you can see, whenever I attach my wall to this target roof, see the extension of the wall beyond the roof is not visible. Okay, you can do this for similarly all the walls that are extending beyond. So you can select multiple walls at a time using control key and select attach top and hit the attach top tool and select the target as roof. So you can see the walls are now attached and not extending beyond the model roof. So as you have done this in 3D view, you can do the same in section view. So you need to select the wall, then go to attach top base, check the top is attached, means top is checked, and select the target. So you can see the roof and walls are now joined correctly. Similarly, we'll do the same here as well. Okay, so in this way, you can clean all the walls. Those are extending beyond your model roof. So if you want these to be detached, like to be present in their original form, you can do that as well. So select the wall again, which we have attached to this roof, and there you have an option of detach. Okay, so select detach all. So you can see the wall is now detached and not linked to the roof above. Okay, you can do attach and detach both. So as far as the modeling part is concerned, we are done with it. And even you can, if you have the wall references available to you, you can model the roof in 3D as well. How? Let's check it out. So I'll go to roof by footprint, and I want the roof to be associated at level 2. So I'll check level 2, hit on S. So you have another tool for drawing, that is pick walls. So basically what it does, it checks or it selects the wall references that are available. So instead of going to plan view, you can if you are comfortable, you can have the roof modeled in 3D as well when you have wall references available. So I'll just use this one, pick wall. Okay, and just hover to the wall outline that needs to be means that would be used to form the outline for your existing roof. So I have an overhang of 200 mm. So whenever I select the wall, then you can see the outline is shifted by 200 mm with respect to the wall external face. So let's go on selecting other walls and complete the outline. You can notice all the outline is now offsetted by 200 mm as we have used overhang as 200 mm. And we will terminate this one to have our outline complete. So when you look at the view from top, you can see the outline is ready with the slope defined as 30 and finished. You can see our roof is now modeled. So I'll just hit tab and select all the walls at a time. Then go to attach, select the target. So all my walls are now attached to this roof. Okay. So there are few internal walls that are not cleaned up properly with respect to this roof. So in that case, you can use the edit profile so that this part that are visible beyond the roof are gone. Okay, let's check example for it. So if I don't want to see this wall that is extending beyond, I'll go to level 1, and this is that wall. So check this, move this section here, and you can see this part of wall is moving ahead, like extending beyond the roof. So either you can change the top constraint as level to level instead of having any offset. So whenever you change the offset, top offset here, and keeping the wall from means constraint from level to level, that is level 1 to level 2, we can have this problem solved. But if you want this wall to be of this height, like the top offset is 500 mm, but you don't want to reveal this corner. So in that case, you can have edit profile and you can pick the inner face of the roof as a reference and just trim it out, like trim the extra lines such that it forms a roof. And again, finish edit mode and check wall is now cleaned up and there is no part of wall that's extending beyond the roof. You can see here the extension is gone. You can have all this same done in order to get rid of these extra walls that are peeping outside. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now we will check how roofs are modeled by using extrusion. So the next step is roof by extrusion. So we first need to set a work plane before we go ahead creating the roof by extrusion. Let's check what is work plane. So like you have the work plane data or the work plane tools that are available here. That is, first is set the work plane. You can check where the existing work plane or the current work plane is set to. Okay, so whenever you click the current work plane where it is set to, you can see the current work plane is set to level 0. So work plane helps us to like model the elements in any particular direction. For example, if I want my element to go vertically in Z direction, it's better to use a plane as a reference or set the work plane as a reference wherein we have the XY plane visible. So XY plane is nothing but the plan view. Okay, is nothing but the plan view. Whenever you want a element to go in Z direction, then we have to set the work plane in XY plane such that we are able to model the element in Z direction effectively. So whenever you have a any element that goes from XZ direction, we can have a work plane set perpendicular to it. Two is the modeling part. Okay, let's check how the work plane is set. For example, now it's set to level 0. If you want to change the work plane to any of these references, even you can set the reference to wall, roof face, or any reference planes as required. So let's see how we can uh, set the reference set the work plane to any of these walls. Okay, so in order to set the work plane, we have to click on set here, and for now it's showing this kind of interface. So you can either specify the name of levels or any references that are present. For example, we have grids named and we have 3 levels, so you can use these grids and levels as a reference, or else you can pick any plane or pick a line and use the work plane it was sketched in. Okay, so you have 3 options. So if you want the wall face to be set as a work plane, you can go with pick a plane, click OK, and hover your mouse to any of the required wall. So for now, if I want my uh, work plane to be set at this face of wall, so I just click on this wall. As you can see, whenever I hover my mouse to that particular wall, there are extra lines in the form of blue that are visible, highlighting this face is selected. So I'll just left click and my work plane is set. So in order to check that, you can go to show and you can see the work plane which is set is highlighted here in terms of this blue dotted pattern. Okay, as my work plane is set, now I can go and create the roof by extrusion. So now you can see as my work plane is set, it's not asking me to set the work plane again, and the level I want is level 2 for my roof by extrusion, and offset for now let's keep it as 0. Okay, and now using this plane as a reference, we can uh, sketch the outline of the roof. So as we have a work plane set here, like it's just a canvas. Before the work plane, or whenever you take the example of a floor plan, it's X and Y plane, right? So we can model or draw anything into that XY plane. Similarly, you can consider this as your XY plane. For example, this is your plane and you are able to or free to sketch anything over here. So let's take an example of this curve. Okay, so this is by default our canvas for outlining the roof. So you just need to define a shape, and there's no need to be kept it in loop, okay, or modeled in loop. Okay, you just need to specify a line and hit finish, and you can see the roof is now created, but it has gone beyond because we have to change these values. Like you can see the start extrusion is set to 0. That is the face which you have selected as a work plane. Okay, work plane we have selected was the this face of the wall. So the 0 would be here, and as it's a negative value at end, so it has gone beyond this wall face. So if I add a positive number here, like positive 2500, so the roof will be facing to this direction. As you can see, whatever we have sketched, like the outline which we have sketched here, the same has been turned or transformed into a shape of roof. Okay, and you can assign the properties also for the roof. Like we have different types of roofs available. So if I want this to be generic 400 mm, so you can even assign this type of family or this type of roof to the one which you have sketched. So let's better keep it as 125. Yeah, go to front again, and you can just change the roof level or adjust the roof using the arrow keys as well. You can move it up down as required. Okay, so this is how the roof by extrusion is modeled. You can have any shape, just make sure it's not a loop, and you can have it in any shape as per your outline, and you can drag the roof using these shape handles as well. So you can adjust the roof length using these handles, or you can change the extrusion values. You can do it in both ways. So to begin with the roof extrusion, you just need to set a work plane. So for now, we have set the wall face as a reference. Let's see what if you use any other reference, that is grid or reference plane that is available. For example, I will go to the level 1 floor plan, and I will add a reference plane here. Okay, let's say here. And like, for example, this is my new drawn reference plane. So what I can do, I don't want my roof to be set at this wall face like this one, but I want to have the work plane set to this particular reference plane. So in order to do that, just select set work plane and pick a plane, or you can have it here as well. Or you can, if you name the reference plane, you can have it here. But for now, let's pick a plane here and select the reference plane. Okay. And as the reference plane is in plan view, we need to go to any view that is perpendicular to it. Okay. In order to draw it, draw the outline for the extrusion. Okay. So now let's go to section 1 or section 3, or maybe elevation north, for example. And here I can sketch the outline for extrusion. Okay. Level 2. And I can set any form or any shape as required. Okay, so this is how the outline of my roof would look like. And go to finish and go to 3D. Now you can see, as our reference plane was set somewhere in between here, like it was not associated with the wall and this end as well, it was middle somewhere here. My roof is starting with that reference. Okay, the 0 of that, like this extrusion start, would be this location of that reference plane. And you can change this using the shape handles. Okay, you can adjust both the shape handles as required. So if you want this to be flush to the wall face, you can do that, or you can change it anyhow as per your requirement. So by default, like we have just make the outline a bit more. So like you can have it extended here and extended here, and you can have another roof here to cover up. Okay, you can do it anyways as you want. Okay, but this is how generally the roof by extrusion is modeled. So let's have another example of like modifying the roof when we have couple of roofs to be joined. Okay, so for example, let's say I have a reference plane here. Like you can use the wall as a reference now. Pick a plane, or okay, I'll set it back to wall and check. Okay, my reference plane is, my work plane is set to this wall. And if I want to have another roof here, so let's take an example of roof by extrusion only, level 2. And I will sketch something like this. Okay, I have this kind of roof. Just for a roof by extrusion, you need to just specify the shape. Okay, basic shape outline, and you need to make it as a complete closed loop. Whenever you complete it by closed loop, Revit gives you an error. Okay, there should be no loop whenever you are dealing with roof by extrusion. So I'll just delete the unwanted part, and we have the roof in this kind of shape. I'll just click on OK, finish. And like you can see, if you want these two roofs, okay, for example, this roof is extended here and this is extended here. Now you can see, whenever I drag this roof, okay, it's going beyond the existing roof. Okay, it's going and it's hidden beyond the existing roof, but there is no geometry cut. As you can see, The smaller roof that we have created, let's make a naming conventional for this, like this will be the primary roof and the second one is my secondary roof. Okay, so or else I'll just override here and turn it into an yellow one. Okay, so my green roof is not cut whenever I have my yellow roof extended beyond its geometry. Okay, or vice versa. Actually, when you are checking it in practical sense, the yellow roof should be terminated at the face of this green roof, right? But whenever I'm extending this yellow roof, that is the secondary roof, the extra geometry is being created inside the primary roof. Okay, but in case you don't want this, you want a clean geometry or clean junction between these two roofs, you can do it using a join command for roof as well. Okay, so to do this, let's go to modify, and here you have join on unjoin roof. Okay, what this basically does, using this command or this tool, you can have these faces or these edges of the secondary roof to be flushed with this face of the primary roof. Okay, let's check it out. Whenever you use the join unjoin roof command, like it's asking select an edge of the roof that you wish to join. So I want to join my yellow roof to my green roof. So I'll select the target first and select the face to be connected with. Okay, then I have my second target as this face of roof. Okay, so I'll select this face of roof, and you can see my yellow uh, roof is now perfectly joined with my existing roof, okay, or the primary roof. And you can notice there is no extra geometry of yellow roof that is extending beyond the primary roof. Okay, you can do this using the join unjoin roof command. Okay, if you don't want to join it, you can unjoin it again. Click on unjoin, select the edge, and you can have your roof back again. Okay, so in this way, the join unjoin works. All you need to just select the edge of the particular roof you wish to join and select the target face of the primary roof, and in this way the roof is now joined. Okay, so this is all about roof by extrusion. Okay, hope you enjoyed learning. Stay tuned, keep learning. Thank you.